Hey folks, it's Amy and wanted to do a little InDesign tutorial on chapter 1 here. And unfortunately this is the second time because my computer crashed. So hopefully this will go much better. We'll see how this works. So as you'll see here, I have InDesign open with the 1-1 file. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. But I also have the textbook open over here as well. I hope you've been able to get to those chapters. If you have any questions, getting the software or the chapters, you just let me know. InDesign is a great tool for layout and is the premium when it comes to desktop publishing for layouts with regards to magazines, documents, posters, billboards, pamphlets, brochures, you name it. And so what we're going to look at today is just a chapter 1, getting to know InDesign. There are no assignments for that one, but you're just going to take a look at it and start to explore. If you've had work with any of the other Adobe Creative Suite like Photoshop, Illustrator, etc., the layout will look similar. If it's brand new, it's going to look a little overwhelming. So that's what I want to do today a little bit. Right here on my left hand side, I'm going to maximize this and just show you a little bit of the basic layout. Now, the feature that I just used here down on the bottom allows me to go in between the pages of the spreads, and it gets me to the master, and I'll explain that in detail in a little bit. Basic layout, okay, this is where you're working, your rulers are on. I'm using some tools over here from the toolbox. I can put this into 2 rows or 1 row, just like that. I have my file opened. It's untitled because I haven't saved it. It's zoomed in, and this will be very much like tab browsing. Up here on the top, I have my menu bar area, and then this is my options bar. As I change tools, these options will begin to change. Okay, right here's my type tool, and you'll see a little triangle down here on the bottom. That means there's more tools hidden below it. When I hold that down with just my regular mouse, the other tools appear. Okay, so, and you'll notice that that changed. I am working in the Essentials workout or workspace area. If I pull that down, I can get into other areas. Just like in Photoshop, if you go to Windows, you will see other panels, which are over here. It's a little bit different than what we did in Photoshop, but you'll see that we have different panels open. You can click on those tabs, and we can see all different types of things. Okay, 2 of the panels that you'll use constantly are called character and paragraph. Okay, and they are found underneath the styles panel. All right, and the way that you can think about this is format painter or styles in Microsoft Word. When you get ready to go format a heading, you might bold it, increase the font size, change the color, italicize it, you name it. And then you can save that by selecting it, clicking Format Painter, and applying it to other areas, or you can save it as its own heading. And that way you don't have to click 4 times, you just click 1 time. Same thing for character and paragraph styles. We'll go over those in detail. Layers. Layers are fantastic, but they're a little bit different in InDesign. Layers are more by group, and so you'll see here a layer for this part of the image. Okay, you can toggle these layers off. Okay, I'm just going to toggle that one off, toggle that one off. So they kind of have them in groups and subgroups, and you can see the different ways to look at that. Now, with that being said, I'm going to come into Pages, and this allows you to see the whole document. Okay, and you can go to the various pages by clicking on that. You'll see up here they have a little A in the corner. That means that the slide master, the A master, has been applied to this. Now this was very, excuse me, confusing for me when I first started. I have to plug this in, hold on. When you come down here and go to the master, you'll see it's just kind of that basic template, but you don't want to design on the master, because if I put an image there or the text, it messes it up. It's just the bare bones, and you apply that to everyone so you don't have to keep recreating the wheel of this little text box and these different effects that you've applied to it. All right, so I'm going to bring this over to the left again so we can see both screens. I think I'm going to. All right, and this is what your chapter looks like. Again, you are just going to go through the very basics today and take a look at some of the different items throughout the text. Now, I need to be able to scroll down here a little bit, and it doesn't want to give me that option. So typically what happens here is when I have this book over on the right hand side, I can scroll down so you can see what's on that page. And it's just not letting me do that today. So I apologize. You'll go through and you'll navigate through the text, and I'm afraid that my computer is locked up. So I'm just going to stop the video right now and see if I can get it unlocked. Alrighty, so I tried a different browser, and this is what it will look like in your text. I apologize. But you'll see here down on the bottom of this first page some of the tools and items that you're going to be using. And these are some of the things that I showcased previously in the video. Here again, just some basic information on exploring your workspace. And again, I want you to notice these items here. The arrows will always give you more options. And anytime you see the 3 lines in an arrow, there'll be more options. This is your basic workspace, and it's going to talk about your window, your pasteboard, and all of those different types of things. Your pasteboard down here is kind of that extended area off the screen, but that's what's great about designing. You can design something, push it and pull it. So it wouldn't print, but you've manipulated it on your screen so it's extended on the pasteboard and you can have access to it. Again, these are your tools, and please take that time to explore them. There's no way to remember them all, but you'll have a basic handle on them. And again, that small triangle means you have more options and there's more tools there. Okay. Again, working with those panels. This is what I wanted to get to right now. This is viewing and modifying the elements on your page. You'll see here that there are grid lines and grids, and items will snap so they're centered and aligned well. This image is aligned on the dessert menu grid. That's a nice feature to have. And by using those elements, that will just automatically happen. Let me open up InDesign. And I'm going to go here to page 1. Okay, and again, I can click over here as well. I can come in here with my selection tool and I can select different things. When I click on things, their image handle boxes will appear, the text box will appear, and that's how I have to get the piece to then select a tool to manipulate it. And again, I'm using my rulers, I'm using my views. Okay, here's grid lines, show the grid lines. All of these different things that you can see on this image will help me modify it. Okay, so I'm going to come back over here to the text. This text is really good, and again, I encourage you to take the time to get in here and to manipulate using some of these features that they're talking about. For instance, the zoom tool. I am having a hard time seeing, so I might have to do a Control Plus on my screen. Excuse me. And it will maximize that or zoom in. Control minus will zoom out. You can also use the magnifying glass. You can use this little icon up here, just like Microsoft, Photoshop, any of them. There are a myriad of ways to manipulate the size of that document. The hand tool, again, you see the H in parentheses. That means you can use the keyboard shortcut. Okay. It will turn this tool when I hit H into the hand, and then I can place that wherever I want it to be, okay, and manipulate it in the screen a little bit easier. Those are some of my tips and tricks for the first chapter. Again, work through it, take your time. If you have any questions, please make sure that you contact me, and I hope you enjoy your InDesign journey. Have a great day.